All right. Yay. Welcome everybody to episode 5. This is for something that I touched on in episode 3. This is your actual income measurement. Remember that this channel is aimed toward people who are working off of paychecks, okay? You're just living paycheck to paycheck, and that's all you've ever seen people do, and that's all you've ever done. And while you think it's, maybe cool or maybe arrogant or whatever that people do passive income or they're their own boss, you've never done it, you don't know how to do it, you're just living paycheck to paycheck. This right here, your aim, the actual income measurement, should really give you an entirely new perspective about how you address the jobs that you choose. So, first thing I want to do is say, welcome my lock tribe. I got my hat, I got my shirt. Wait, ooh, I get to it. There we go. I'll be representing, yeah. All right, so this is about taking control of your life by learning how to use your money for you. There are 4 accounts. Remember that each account has 1 rule. So there's a total of 4 account rules, and each account holds a value. So there's a total of 4 values. If you don't know what these are, don't worry, go back and look at the other episodes. I mean, there's only 4 episodes, so don't be lazy, people. Go back, check them out, see what's going on for you. All right, actual income measurement. Like I said, I went over this in episode 3, power slide number 10. So you can go back there and check that out. Or you can just finish watching this one. Here we go. So the actual income measurement is all about getting you to realize that you don't make that much. Now, some of you guys are like, I already know I don't make that much. Well, actually, you make less than what you think you are making. That is right. You are actually making less than what you think you're making right now. When you see the actual cost of your job, you will know that you don't make that much. This isn't to depress you. This isn't to tell you that working a job is evil. None of that kind of stuff. It is all about just a reality check. Remember, Lock Tribe, we value reality first and foremost. Our living on cash flow, that's reality. Okay, so this is just a reality check. I'm not here to tell you if it's good or if it's bad. That is completely on your end. Okay, I cannot tell you how to live your life. I am only here to give you tools so that you stay in control of your financial life. That's all I'm here for. Okay, so let's talk about money suckers, because there are a lot of motherfuckers out there that piss you off and they drain your energy, right? Well, think about your finances. There are money suckers out there, okay? They are taking your taxes out, paying for transportation to get to and from your job. Let's face it, you got to pay for your clothing or uniforms. I don't know of a single job anymore where you don't have to pay something toward a uniform or clothing or that kind of thing. Or as the next one says, equipment you must pay for personally. Try being a mechanic and using their tools. It's not going to happen. They're going to tell you got to buy your own tools. And in the corporate world, I see a lot of annual fees or memberships. A lot of times you have to subscribe to, say, their gym, the corporate gym, or you have to use the corporate daycare just because it fits their hours better or any of that kind of thing. Along those lines, if you are like a tow truck driver or something like that, you're going to have damages taken out, whether you're at fault or not. And anyone who's ever been a victim of damages knows, ow, that was a big chunk. But there's also things such as stress eating. You go ahead and you buy that bag of junk food, or you get your Red Bull or your caffeine, whatever you need to do just to get through your shift. Usually afterwards, hopefully afterwards. There's also the de-stress drinking. Go ahead, have a few cocktails, have a few not your father's root beers just to kind of de-stress. Another thing too is that for a lot of people, majority of their socializing or all of their socializing is with their coworkers. So they go out with their coworkers and they spend money to dress up to impress the coworkers. They always buy food or their own drinks, or they try to impress everyone and buy the whole table. Those sort of things will definitely suck out your money. And there's also those escape habits. Do you, smoke marijuana to just escape it and not have to feel anything? There's a lot of different escape habits. There's also the guilt-induced gift buying. Who hasn't had to tell their child, I'm so sorry that I missed your birthday or your appointment or, your game because I had to work. Or along that line, who hasn't had to tell their significant other, I'm sorry I missed our anniversary. I'm sorry that I missed this meeting that was important to you. Let's make it up this weekend. Let me buy you a good dinner. Those kind of things. Sort of along those lines, too, are your self-starved purchases. Those are the ones where, you don't spend any money on yourself, don't spend any money on yourself, don't spend any money on yourself, and then say, you know what, fuck it, I'm buying myself a new car. I've always wanted this car since I was 17. I'm now 52. I'm going to buy this damn car. Completely sabotaging years or even decades of your finances. Those are self-starved purchases. Also impulse adventures. Who hasn't had it kind of along the lines of the guilt-induced of, oh, please don't leave, please don't leave. You are important to me. I do care about you. You know what? Let's just get away for the weekend. Let's just let's just go to the amusement park, and have a good day. Let's remind ourselves what it's like to be happy with life. All these things are money suckers. These are things that are costing you because you had the job. Now, I understand you're going to be telling me, but having a job, you make more money than not having a job. Absolutely. Absolutely. Having a job, you will make more money than not having a job. And I want you to understand the actual amount that you are taking home, your actual income measurement for what you are taking home for a job. So let's run through an example so you get an understanding a bit better, okay? A starting pay of $7.57, and this is at full time, because a lot of these kind of jobs are going to be fast food jobs. That's a huge amount. And you're not always going to get your 40 hours. If it's slow, they're going to send you home early. If you get to 39.5, they cut you off, or 39.8, they cut you off and send you home. But for simplicity's sake, we're just going to use the $7.57 an hour, and that's at 40 hours a week. So let us run the numbers. $5.75 an hour at 40 hours a week, you're going to be making $302.80 a week gross. Now, I want you to remember this. This is gross income, okay? You should feel gross when you look at how much you actually make, because you're not going to see that on your paycheck. That's not what's going to go into your bank account. You make a huge amount, and you should feel gross that so much of that income is taken away from you. So that's how I remember gross income. Now, from your $302.80 a week, taxes are going to be withheld at 30%. That's $90.84 a week. There's also an additional $45 a week from benefits. Now, some people pay more, some people pay less, but especially in the United States after the horrendous job of Obamacare forced everybody to have health care, even people who don't ever go to the hospital or the doctor. It's a forced income. We are punished for being a healthy society. So this is a mandatory income for majority of the people. And if you don't pay it up front with your benefits being taken out, you will pay it at the end of the year. They actually punish you if you've never, if you go through an entire year and don't use your health care or anything like that. It's like $70 a month. It's ridiculous. So those are being taken out of your check. So now your check is only $166.96 a week net. From $302.80 to $166.96. That's what's going to hit your income. That's what you're going to hit your bank account. Hurts, don't it? And that's all before it hits your bank account. I mean, it's just taken out. You got no control over it. You got no say of it. It's done. It's gone. But wait, we haven't even started, because now is where AIM comes into effect. Now you need to deduct your money suckers. This is the actual cost of you working that job before you pay bills. This is the actual cost of working this job. So the money suckers, if you're making $5.75 an hour, you're probably taking transportation. In Charlotte, North Carolina, the current bus fare is $2.20 each way. So 5 days a week, that's $22 a week. And I don't know of any job where you don't have to put in some sort of money toward clothing or uniform. You've got shoes that have to be the non-slip, typically, if you have to buy shoes, or have to be a steel-toed. And those can be anywhere from $60 to $200. You're going to have to provide your own pants, of the certain color or the certain cut that's required for that job that you're going for. You're going to have to pay for the hats or the polos or whatever that's from the company specifically. So we conservatively said about $5 a week for clothing. That's $20 a month that you spend on it. That's actually extremely conservative. Now, how about stress eating? Do you go out and get that Monster just to get through the day? Or do you go out and get that caffeine or that bag of chips or that packet of cupcakes? Those are your stress eatings. And we very conservatively said only $5 a day in junk food. I have personally seen people who spend anywhere from $12 to $50 a day in junk food. So $5 a day is extremely conservative. And the most common escape habit is cigarettes. Now, with cigarettes, maybe yours is cigars, maybe yours is weed, whatever yours is, you can substitute it. But cigarettes are legal, and they're something that we can, do a mathematical equation of. They're about $6 a pack, and at 5 packs a week, which from what I have polled from people, that's extremely conservative, you're spending about $30 a week on cigarettes. And then, of course, you're going to have those guilt-induced gifts. $20 a week. Oh, I didn't see you all week. Let's go out Friday. I'll take you out for a nice dinner kind of thing. And a lot of people have said, if you're only taking 2 people out, let alone if you're taking 2 people and like 2 or 3 kids out, you're going to be spending a lot more than $20 on that meal alone. So that's very conservative once again. So for this one, it's an additional $102 a week that's gone. And it's because of the job. It's because you had the job that money is gone. Okay? But some of you are already getting ahead of me and saying, well, the math, you're still making money. You're still making money. Yes, you are making money with a job. AIM is about showing you how much money you're actually making. So let's do the AIM before we get any further, okay? We've got $166.96 net weekly. But we've got $102 of money suckers taking it out. So your AIM, your actual income measurement, is $64.96 a week. That's $259.84 monthly. Now, I really want to draw that to your attention. Okay? Right over here. You've got the $64. I can't do that button thing. And 96 cents. Okay? And we are doing this times 4 weeks. Okay, I want you to see this math. That's $295.84. How many of you could live off of $259.84? How many fast food workers do you see trying to live off of that, trying to support themselves, trying to support their kids, trying to support their parents off of $259 a week? How many of you have rent that is 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5 times this amount? I want you to really understand that. Let that sink in. If you're making $7.50 an hour, you are taking home $259 a month. How many of you could even just feed yourself off of only $250 a month? Let's see, what would that be? We're going to go ahead, as you just see down here. We took it divided by 30 days for the month. Okay, that's $8.66 a day. How many of you spend more than $8.66 a day just on food, or just on fuel, or just on your cell phone bill? Honestly, with all those data plans and everything. Okay, so your actual income measurement, that's $12.99 if you want to go by a work day. Okay. Because you're saying, hey, there's 7 days in a week, but we only work 5 days a week. Okay? So if you're wanting to do it 5 days a week, that's still $12.99 a work day. You are making $13 for being there. Now ask yourself this. How much was your lunch? How much was your breakfast? How much was your dinner? Is that money already gone before it's even been made? So you literally are volunteering your time. I want you to understand, you are volunteering your time at that point. And then you're wondering why you're broke and you can't get forward and you feel like a loser. It's because of $8.66 a day. Because think about it, you have to eat 7 days a week. You have to house yourself 7 days a week. You have to clothe yourself 7 days a week. That's why I calculated out per day and not per weekday. Because every single day, You need a place to live. You need a place to eat. You need, things to eat. You need clothes to wear every single day. And that's $8.66 a day. That is what you are actually profiting from that job. Is that sinking into you? Now start trying to think, can you create a side hustle to make $9 a day? Because you would be making more that way. Go grab a 12 or 32 pack of water from Walmart. Get one of those cheap foam coolers and fill it with ice. And now go out and sell. You sell 9 bottles. You've now made more money. You've now profited more money than if you were working that job. And then, of course, you've got to, sell the bottles for the cost of the water and the cost of the cooler and the cost of the ice. But if you sold all 32, you'd be making more money. And that's just selling 1 case of water a day. You'd be making more money than if you had worked the entire day there. This is why a lot of people, if you go according to Robert Kiyosaki's Cashflow quadrant, some of you may know him better for his Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That didn't do anything for me because it was just, opinion to opinion versus opinion versus opinion, and I don't give a shit about that. But his second book, Cashflow Quadrant, really helped me out because it's all about the statistics. It's all about the numbers. There is no judgments and taking sides in that book, and that's the one that I like. And he talks about how there's 4 quadrants. If you don't know it, go look it up. I'm not a Rich Dad advisor, just as a reference. This is why a lot of people go from being an employee working for someone else to being self-employed. Because being self-employed, at first, they really think that, they're going to make more money. They're definitely going to make more money than if they work for someone else because they did the AIM and they saw exactly where it took them. But I want you to also understand, AIM is why many people turn to crime. I mean, it's more return for their effort. Think about it. I mean, they want to say why kids, sell drugs so much and so bad. Well, think about it. You got a young kid who is going to be, making $7.57 an hour. He's going to be degraded. He's going to be stressed. He's not going to have any time with his friends or family. And he's going to take home $8.66 a day. Shit, he's only got to make 1 turn per day, and he's made more profit than that. And his turn only was, hey, hanging out with somebody, talking to somebody, receiving a text, receiving a call. All right, cool. Here you go. Meet up, exchange some money, and now he's got the rest of the day to be with his family, to be with his kids, to enjoy his life, to follow his passion. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to do that? Like, seriously, this is why so many people turn to crime. And that's another reason why I'm so passionate about doing this channel, is because I want to show you guys how to use a job as a tool to get yourself financially free. Please don't turn to crime. I know it's struggling and hard at first, and it's designed to be that way, but there are ways to get through it. Lock Tribe, you are strong. You are amazing people. You motivate me every day. We will get you through this. I will do my best to get you to that finish line firsthand so that we can see what's going on. Now, some people are saying that this is extreme. That, only $8 a day. That's not true. That's not how much you bring it forward. And I want you to understand that this is above the legal minimum wage. I mean, minimum wage is less than $7.57 right now. And there are millions, I mean millions of employees living that same type of AIM right now. They have those money suckers. They are living that. They're probably actually making less than that. As I was saying, there's a lot of those things that people spend a lot more money on. And the numbers used were from current tax levels. They were from current grocery prices and the most common spending habits of people who earn minimum wage. I'm not sitting here saying that bread costs $5.75, but a pack of cigarettes does cost $6. So, I want you to really understand that the actual income measurement is reality. We are Lock Tribe, people. We care about reality because that's the only way you're ever going to have control over anything is in reality. All right? Now, I'm hearing some of you, and I've had this conversation when I show them the AIM. A lot of them like, okay, yeah, but that's just starting out. When you become a manager, you're going to be making bank. I see them walking out with a $2,000 check, with a $4,000 check. Okay. All right. Have you ever looked at a manager's financials? That's my next question, because I have. Like I said, I've done AIM for lots and lots of people. Now we're going to do a new scenario. Okay, so get the old scenario out of your head. We're going to do a new scenario, and this is based off of an actual person. Obviously, I'm not sharing who they are, and I did get permission to share these details, okay? Now, he has been with the company that he's with for 8 years, and he currently does make an impressive $1,200 a week salary. Now, that's the equivalent of $30 an hour for a 40-hour work week, okay? So we just went from $7.57 an hour to $30 an hour. How many of you would like that kind of raise? How many of you say, oh, yeah, I'd be rolling then. I'd be good then. I'll be set then. Okay, let's look at this. We're going to run the numbers that I got from him, okay? $1,200 a week gross. His taxes withheld averaged 35% because he's in a higher tax bracket. So it was $420 a week. What floored me was seeing what he had to do for his family benefits. That's $200 a week because he has to support him. He has to support it. It's something like he's got his ex-wife or maybe his wife, and then he's got his daughters on there, and then he's also helping his girlfriend with his benefits. I don't know exactly how that dynamics works, but he showed me the checks, and that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, so now your check is $575 a week net. Okay, so it goes from $1,200 to $575. That's like 50% of his income gone. Before it even hits his bank, 50% of his income gone. So think of it this way. 50% of his time was just volunteered. Complete volunteer work. 50% of his time, complete volunteer work. That's the way you should look at it. Now, of course, he's got money suckers. He does have a car, so he's got the cost of fuel. Now, obviously, he drives other places and does other things, but this is just the cost of fuel to get to his house, to work, and from work back. It's about $50 a week. Clothing and uniform, I kept at $5 a week, though he said it's extremely conservative because he says he does spend more than $20 a month. Because, you know, he's a manager. He has to have the nice shirt. He has to have the nice pants. He has to have the nice belts, the nice shoes. He does have to present himself. Stress eating, I left at $5 a day. And he said that that's actually conservative as well because he does a lot of monsters just to try to keep up with all that energy and such. And if you guys have looked at energy drinks, they're expensive. His de-stress, he did say that he goes through about 2 6-packs a week. So, I mean, he's not an alcoholic by any means necessary at all. But it is nice to come home and have 1 or 2 beers just to, you know, relax. Now, he does have the escape habit of smoking. He smokes 2 packs a day. And he said during the holidays and during inventory, it's even more than that, just because it's so stressful. So that's $60 a week. And his guilt-induced gifts, he said he easily can spend more than $40 a week during, say, holidays or, you know, around the girls' birthdays or around anniversaries, those kind of things. You know, you take the group out to dinner once, and that's easily over $100. So, you know, you start doing that every Friday just to make up for not seeing them all week, and that adds up a lot. So for these conservative numbers, that's an additional $204 a week gone because of the job. Because he's holding the job, this money is gone. Okay? So let's look at his actual aim. He's got $575 net weekly, and he's taking out $204 for those money suckers. His aim is $371 a week. Okay, that's $1,484 a month. Now, some of you are saying, oh, all right, cool, I could live off of that. And others of you are going, oh my God, that hardly even covers my mortgage. Or it doesn't even cover my mortgage at all. And that's just one of the bills. I want you to understand. Now, again, we're going to break it down work day, 5 days a week, or per day. So for the work day, that's $74.20 a work day. So at the end of each work day, he has taken home $74. I mean, he really has progressed his life by $74. Or if you do it by 7 days a week, that's $49.46 per day. That's $50 a day his efforts bring him home. So a job is bringing him a profit. It's bringing him a profit of $50 a day. At the end of that day, you need to ask yourself, was all this work today really worth $50. But don't forget, managers work like 50 plus hours a week, okay? And they do not get paid overtime. So I want you to be really aware of this. When you're cut off at 39 or 40 hours and you've got to leave, they're not cut off. They have to stay. They have to be there, and they have to have meetings, and they have to, cancel, family vacations to Disney World because the corporate office decided to change a meeting for them, and they're a manager. They have to attend, those kind of things. And there's a lot of stress that comes with being a manager, okay? Not to mention, managers put in like 14-hour days. And we joke about it calling it PTSS, post-traumatic shift stress, okay? Because by the time you get done with your shift, you are just, your PTSS, just post-traumatic shift stress. You are so fried and so frustrated and so overwhelmed and so depleted that your short little 20 or 40-minute ride home isn't going to rejuvenate you to where you can now handle the kids, handle the house, handle the family members, handle the roommates, handle the pets. You're so fried and drained. It's just incredibly stressful. So if that's how you're living, my question has always been, wouldn't you be motivated? I mean, to create a business, to bring in $50 a day, wouldn't you be motivated for that? Now, some of you are either saying, hey, $50 a day is good enough for me. And some of you are saying, wow, I don't even know how I would begin to make $50 a day on my own. I have no idea. Well, congratulations. That's what this is about. That's what this YouTube is about. This is a 2-year documentary showing you how to go from paycheck to paycheck, how to use the lock, how to use the budget, and to start slowly building. Okay? But I'm just wanting you to see your actual income measurement. All right, people, it's time. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to think about it. We're going to do it, okay? Lock Tribe is action takers. We take action. We change our lives. We are not content to sit around with a bunch of people and bitch about how bad our life is. We find solutions. We move ourselves forward. So let's take step number 1. What's your gross? I mean, come on, get a little grossed out, man. Look at your paycheck. Get your boss to help you if you need to. There's going to be lots of numbers, lots of columns, lots of abbreviations. And, I have no shame in going, hey, I have no idea what this is. Tell me what this is. Tell me what this is. Tell me what that is. Because, that's how I learn. And every paycheck is different. Everything is set up differently. So ask a coworker, ask a boss, okay, can you look up my paycheck? Can you print off my paycheck? Can you show me what each of these things mean? How much did I make before anything was taken out? How much did I make? Now, step number 2 is that you're going to take out the taxes and your benefits. Okay, now this is easy. This is super easy to do because it's already been done. It's already been done. It'll show you on your check how much was taken out for taxes, how much was taken out for benefits. Now, step number 3 might be a little difficult for some of you. These are your money suckers, and I need you to be honest with yourself. I always tell people if you're currently employed, the best way to do this is to keep up your habits. Keep up your habits. Go to like the dollar store and buy a little dollar journal or something. And just for that week, just write it down. Whatever you're spending at the job or because of the job, just jot it down. You're not trying to judge yourself that you have to or don't have to. Don't get ahead of me. Just jot it down. Keep up your schedule. If you're getting Red Bulls every day, get Red Bulls every day. If you're going home and smoking a couple blunts every day, go home and smoke a couple blunts every day. Just write down how much you spent for each of those. If the Red Bulls are being given to you by a coworker, don't write it down. You're not spending that money. But if you're having to go out and spend that money, write down. Just put the money amount down, okay, so that you have an accurate understanding of what your current money suckers genuinely are. Remember that money suckers are taking taxes out, which we already did in step number 2, transportation, clothing and uniforms, equipment you must pay for personally, annual fees for memberships, damages taken out of paychecks, stress eating, de-stress drinking, coworker socializing, escape habits, guilt-induced gift buying, self-starved purchases, impulse adventures. Go through each of those. And if you've got other categories, awesome, fantastic. Put it in the comments for me, dude. Let me know. I mean, I want to know. Let's grow together. Let's get stronger together, right? So the next step is finding your aim. you're going to take your net income that we got in step number 2, and you're going to subtract your money suckers that we got in step number 3. Okay, so step number 2 minus step number 3. That's going to give us our step number 4, which is our actual income measurement. Okay? So now number 5, what we're going to do is we're going to take our actual income measurement, the number we got from step number 4, and we're going to multiply it by the number of checks you get. If you're paid weekly, it's going to be 4 checks. If you're paid bi-weekly, it's going to be 2 checks. Okay, we're just finding out how much you make in a month. We're going to divide that by 30 days. Some days have 29, some days have 31, but on average, it's 30 days. So we're going to divide that by 30 days. That's going to give you your daily income. Okay, that is your daily aim. And I need you to ask yourself, is that acceptable to you? Now, if you have to go back a couple of times, or if this math is confusing you a bit because this is the first time you've done it, don't worry about it. Rewind this, find that spot where you need to. Remember that I put the slide numbers up in the corner for you. Okay, I do these each by hand. Every single slide, I do this 40 times an episode, okay? I'm doing this for you. Don't worry if you don't get it right. Don't worry if you're going to mess up, because we all do, okay? It's not about being perfect. We are not perfect. Lock Tribe will never, ever be perfect. And anyone who tries to say that there's perfection, they're definitely not Lock Tribe, okay? We're learning. Just go through the steps, listen to it a couple of times. And if you need to, here's a quick review for you, okay? What is your gross income? That's how much you're making. How much taxes were taken out and your benefits taken out. That should already be on your paycheck, so you don't really have to do that step. You just have to look at that step, okay? Figure out your money suckers. Figure out how much are you paying because of the job. How much is that job actually costing you? Now you're going to find your aim. We're going to take step number 2, subtract step number 3, and that gives us step number 4. Now multiply it by the number of checks that you have, whether that's 2 or 4 checks. That's going to get you your 30 days. So divide it by 30 days, and that gives you your daily income. You have to ask yourself, is that acceptable to you? Now look, it's your choice. It is totally your choice, okay? If it is acceptable to you, fantastic, okay? We're not here to say it's a bad thing to have a job, okay? I just want you to have the actual income measurement. I just want you to know how much you're actually paying and getting paid to do that job, okay? So if you accept it, I want you to be conscious of your daily income and allow that to be reflected in your lock. Set yourself daily limits of what you can spend just so you keep yourself in the black. You understand that you're making $49 a day, well, then you would probably want to make sure you don't spend more than $10 to $20 a day on food. Make sense? Now, if you're declining it, if you're saying, absolutely not, this is ridiculous, if you're like me and just completely infuriated once you figure out the reality of how much people are just raping you and your time, then it's time to get creative. And it's time to get off your ass. Okay? There's no other nice way to say it. All right? What can you do to generate your aim and start your hustle? Start it. Don't push it off and be angry every time you go to work. You're the one choosing to go there, okay? You're the one who now understands exactly how much you're making for being there, and you're the one choosing to stay. So you've got to get off your ass, and you got to figure out what you're going to do to generate your aim. Because remember, aim is about giving you that reality check. We are Lock Tribe, okay? We value reality. You cannot make a change off of a perception. You must understand the reality of what you're doing. You must go ahead and accept and fully work within reality. Because reality is the only thing that you can control. Don't try to kid yourself. Don't lie on your numbers. You know, and this is why I also tell people, once again, always alone, never by yourself. I don't like it when people want to do AIM as a group activity. We can be as a group, but I tell people they cannot share their numbers with anyone but me. And if they are sharing numbers, it can only be a specific number to see if they did the math right. That's it. No one else should know your AIM. No one else. No one else. Because that takes away the pressure. Look, your spouse does not need to know your AIM. You're the one working that job. You need to know your AIM. Okay? Your buddy does not need to know your aim, and you don't need to know his. You've got your life you're working on. He's got his life he's working on. And that's the thing that confuses a lot of people about Lock Tribe, unless you are a Lock Tribe and it makes perfect sense to you. We're very private people, extremely private people. But we're open about our techniques. I'll talk about techniques all day long, but the second you want to ask a private question, absolutely not. Nope, give you nothing. I'm not talking to you. Because it's my life, it's my privacy. That's the thing with the social media, is that there's so much pressure to like put everything out there. I don't believe in that. I absolutely don't believe in that. You should set boundaries and you should respect your boundaries. And your aim is a boundary that you should respect. You should know how much you make, and you should be the only one who is focused on how much you're making. Okay? Because it is more than just an hourly pay. I have seen people who quit a job that they kind of liked because it was $9 an hour, and they got convinced to go to a job that was $12 an hour, and they said, wow, it's a $3 raise. I got to go there. Like my X, Y, and Z will kill me if I don't go take it. So they go and they take the new job. However, it's farther away, so they're spending more money. It's more physically demanding, so they're spending more money on caffeine or on Red Bull or on caffeine pills, and then coming home and spending more money on sleeping pills to try to get them to sleep, or spending more money on alcohol because they're just so stressed about it. Or it's like a corporate environment, and now they've really got to try to impress these people, and they're the newcomers, so they're buying a table or they're buying these expensive suits so that they can try to fit in. And when we do the aim for their old job versus their new job, I have seen it so many times where they are actually taking home less, even though they were making $3 more per hour. They were taking home less because the new job position required that they spend too much money. Okay? And please, do not fool yourself into thinking that you can willpower to avoid any or all of your money suckers. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. And hey, I'm guilty of it. I didn't pay for transportation for 3 years. I never got on the bus. I walked. I walked through dangerous neighborhoods, dangerous times, horrible weather, dangerous weather, completely exhausted, so exhausted I literally fall asleep on the bench, because I literally cannot go further. And I did that. I tried willpower to force it to where I didn't have to do that. And it does not work. It doesn't work. Create your 4 accounts, stick to the 4 rules, and especially the rule for flow account, to have the freedom to live your life. That is so important, that you need to make sure that you are living your life. Okay? Now, you've got to ask yourself, do you really want to be giving 40 plus hours a week of your life for your current aim? Like I said, the choice is yours. You got to accept it or deny it. That's up to you. But you are giving however many hours you're giving of your life. You are, you only get one life. You really are giving your life away. And you have to ask yourself, how much of your time are you willing to volunteer to your employer? Okay? That's what actual income measurement is all about, is just understanding and accepting that reality of it. Okay? Because people, it's time to wake up. It really is. I'm so sick of people trying to push other people into taking a job or whatever when, it's going to be a raise. It's going to be a raise. Well, maybe not. Maybe not for that person. Maybe for you it would be a raise, but maybe not for that other person. Look at the actual income measurement. How much are you actually taking home? Wake up and stop letting people bully you. Stop letting people tell you what is proper and tell you what is going to work or not work. All right, let's wake up the world, shall we? All right, now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course. Please share this with everyone you know. I mean, we need to grow Lock Tribe. We need to get 100 subscribers, and we need to have something like 1,000 viewing hours and have the channel be over 30 days old. We haven't met any of those mile markers yet, and we've got great conversations outside of this. And when I tell you guys like how I'm going to make the episodes, fantastic conversations. I'm throwing this stuff in here because of you guys. But we need to get it to YouTube. If we're going to actually grow and make progress, we need to get it to YouTube. Okay. So one of the best things you can do from this episode is go help others figure out their aim. Okay. Let them walk through that process. Do the math with them. Help wake up other people. And now we're going to try something new. So do me a favor. Click here. It should be somewhere around in this area to see if the link opens my other videos. And comment below for me, because Ben said that he can make here link to a video. And I'm really coolly interested in seeing how this is. And I want you to understand that with episode 5, day 21 of our lock journey, we're now beginning to recruit our first team member, Ben. It's not official. We haven't done a whole lot yet, but this is so confusing. It's off. I keep seeing my shoulders off, and it bothers me because I'm a perfectionist. So this is the first step of possibly bringing on a team member for living on Cashflow. So do me a favor, click on here. If it doesn't work, put it in the comments so that I know, with a date on it. And when it does start working, put it in the comments so that I know. And tell me what it links to, because I gave him free reign. I said, hey, just link to something. And he's a little bit of a wild card. So let's see what he links to. If it's funny, if it's serious, if it's related, if it's not, put in the comments down below. I'm curious to see what we're going to do. So you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Go find your aim and start really asking yourself if that's where you want to be with your life. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.